cats are going bathroom.
Oh, geez. Cats or dogs?
Cats, looks like maybe a dog.
We're recording, just so you know.
You already come out here, watch your snap.
It is December 21st, 2017. This is Michael Gerace with Michelangelo's Plumbing, Inc. We are performing a video sewer inspection through the 3-inch cast iron cleanout at the back of the property between the two bathrooms. And the address is 24201 Archwood Street, West Hills, California 91307. And we're going to attempt to run through the 3-inch cast iron cleanout and see if we can get all the way out to the city sewer. Wipe our camera lens off a little bit, and this is our backyard area. And we have our 3-inch mainline clean out right at the back of the house, and these are the two bathroom windows right here. We're right between the bathroom windows. We're going to begin running through this cast iron line. Got a little bit of debris in there. And we're able to push through. Okay. Get a little bit of debris on the camera lens. We got a little bit of buildup in the cast iron, and we are holding some water. This line appears to be somewhat flat, at least right in that area. Maybe coming out of it here, it looks like. Looks like the water is draining, so it's a small area where it's flat right there. Unfortunately, it does not have the grade that it should. It doesn't have a 1/4 inch per foot of fall, so the water will drain smoothly. Debris on the camera lens again. Might be easier to see on our way back. We don't pick up as much debris on the way back. Pulling the camera out, we'll be able to rinse it, hopefully, if we get all the way out to the city sewer. A little bit of buildup in the cast iron, not terrible. And then we transition to ABS plastic right here. We're making a turn. We're in the ABS plastic. And it does appear that we transitioned to ABS plastic. There may be a new section of line right here. Kind of hard to see here too. We're going to go ahead and see if we can run all the way out, and then we'll try and clean our camera lens off. Transition to ABS plastic there. So far, plastic looks good. As I said, we're going to pick up debris all the way along the inspection. Unfortunately, you get debris on the camera lens. It's got buildup in the line, which is pretty common. So we're just going to push out as we keep getting the buildup on the camera lens. I'm going to pause for a moment. Okay, we're going to begin running out again. We're just going to try and run all the way out. See if we can get out to the city sewer from here. And then we can rinse our camera lens off, and then we can inspect the line, and hopefully we get our camera lens good and clean. Looks like we're transitioning from ABS plastic to the vitreous clay right at that point at about 90 feet. So we should have about another 30 to 35 feet before we hit the city sewer. And hopefully at that point we can rinse our camera lens off nice and clean and then be able to view everything from the way back. And that's our city sewer. And we're able to rinse our camera lens off. It does appear from what we could see that the 4-inch property line sewer has been replaced from what we can see so far. Looks like it's all ABS plastic. And we're going to view that on the way back. We had to push out pretty fast, and we did have a lot of debris on the camera lens, so we couldn't see the line real well, but it did look like in the 6-inch vitreous clay that we did have some root intrusions. So we're going to begin pulling back now. And this is the city sewer tie-in connection. Got a very minor offset at that joint. Doesn't look to be in terrible condition. Next joint, a little tiny separation, but again, pretty well lined up. Next joint, minor offset again, but still good. No major breaks in those joints. And we had the next joint. That joint looked to be pretty good. Pretty flush. Try and go slow enough so that we can see all the joints nice and clear. That joint looks to be pretty good. All these joints so far look to be in fairly good condition and maintainable. Coming back, we got some minor root intrusion in this joint, and that is in the street, but it's still in a maintainable condition. There is no major break there or anything else. That next joint looked to be in good condition, nice and flush. Now we're coming back. We got some pretty big buildup. We got some root intrusion right here, some fairly large root intrusion in that next joint. That is in the street as well. And we're coming back. You got some buildup, pretty large buildup, and that's because of tree roots. That buildup is on the tree roots. And you got some fairly large root intrusion at this point, but it doesn't appear to be broken. Doesn't appear to be offset real badly. More than likely, this can be hydrojetted. This can be cleaned out, and this could be maintained. You could put some root X down the sewer line, maybe once a year, once every 2 years. Does not appear so far to be in terrible condition at this point in the 6-inch lateral. Okay, and coming back, and this is where we transition to the 4-inch ABS plastic. We're going to go locate this area real quick and just see where this transition is. I'm going to pause our audio for a moment. Okay, we've marked this area out right by the sidewalk at 5 foot 7 inches deep. This is the transition from the 4-inch to 6-inch vitreous clay lateral. And this is a city sewer lateral, but the homeowner is responsible. You can see that we're going into a whole lot of buildup, and because of the tree roots that have grown through the joints, the tree roots are not that bad, and this is still in a maintainable condition. We're going to just run back out to the city sewer, which is right here, and rinse our one more time. Okay, we're going to start our counter right from the edge of the city sewer right here. And this will tell us exactly how far on the monitor and on the flash drive that we are out. We're out 116 feet 10 inches. So we're going to pull back now. We've already inspected the 6-inch lateral. So it just has some debris and buildup in here because it's not flowing great, because of that small bit of root intrusion. See, we have more buildup here, and that's stuck to the roots. Once you've cleaned the roots out, maybe hydrojetted the roots, and then begin using a root retardant, should be in good shape for quite some time. We can't see the exact condition of the joint because of the roots, but we don't see any major breaks, any major cracks, no major offsets. Sometimes these joints just leak a little tiny bit because of the way they were put together years ago. They were put together with cement. And the cement deteriorates and comes out and the joints start leaking a little bit. We gotta get back. This is our spot where we just marked out the 4 to 6 inch transition again, from the ABS plastic to 6-inch vitreous clay that the homeowner is responsible for, all the way to the city sewer. We're going to begin there. We're going to pull back, take a good look at this line. We've got a turn coming up now. Turn looks good. All the joints look good. Don't see any issues here. Looks good. I usually have long lengths of pipe, about 20-foot lengths of pipe. We're just going to go mark out the area where the ABS plastic begins. Where it transitions now to the cast iron piping that goes under the house. We got another joint, another coupling. Coming back, should be transitioning here. I believe it was at about 45-50 feet, somewhere right in that area we transitioned from the cast iron to the ABS plastic. Another joint, making the slight bit of a turn. Right here, the joint looks to be okay. That's a coupling right there. That looks like a Fernco or a coupling with rubber inside. And it looks like we have a fitting at the top right there. We're going to go locate this area. This may be a mainline clean out in front. Then we transition to the cast iron right at that point. okay, this area is just to the right of the front door. There's a very large bush and a lot of overgrown foliage, and this fitting is right underneath that bush. This is probably a mainline clean out from what it looks like right here, but that bush would probably have to be removed before you could find this. I tried to root around a little bit in that area, but I could not get to it. Okay, now we come back to our cast iron. This is our cast iron waste line under the house. And we have some buildup in this cast iron waste line, and more than likely it is original. We don't see any root intrusions. We don't see any holes in the piping. Generally, you're going to see cracks. You're going to see good-sized holes if it is rotted through. At this point, I don't know that I would do anything with this. I wouldn't even hydrojet it right now. I would leave it alone and see how everything flows. If everything flows okay, I would leave it alone. If not, I would lightly hydrojet this, and hydrojet it with a camera so that you're not overdoing it and you don't cause a problem. You don't deteriorate the pipe by blowing the debris back to the face of the pipe completely, and then you have a large issue. As I said, we do have a little tiny bit of water standing in that area, in this back area. Can't see what the line looks like at the bottom because of it, and we're almost out of the main line clean out. We're pulling out now, and that cast iron waste line, as far as we can see at this point, still appears to be in functioning condition. As I said, we didn't see any breaks, we didn't see any root intrusions, no major cracks or anything else in the line. So our recommendation is to hydrojet the 6-inch vitreous clay through the mainline clean out just to the right of the front door. That bush would have to be cleared out, clean the area out so we could get to that clean out, and just hydrojet the 6-inch vitreous clay and use some root retardant. Should be okay for quite some time. And that concludes our video sewer inspection.